Okay, so these are the topics that we discussed last week, and like CSS, how to use CSS in component, then HTML events, then conditional rendering, and then metadata.xml explanation. This is what we said the last week. Okay, and this week we are going to see few topics here, like what are the decorators in LWC, like at track, at API, at wire, then getter method, and then component composition, like how we can call one component inside another component. Okay, so that we are going to see, and in that also we are going to see how we can pass value from parent to the child. Okay, so these are the topics that we are going to discuss. Okay, so first of all, I just want to give the brief discussion about this at track, at API, at wire decorators, and then we can go on practical example what they are, and they are very useful and very important in LWC. Okay, so decorator is basically like JavaScript. Into programming they use decorators, and the same is being used in LWC. Okay, so the API decorator, okay, when you define anything at API decorator, so it's a like public property. Okay, like and these are reactive. So public properties are reactive. If the value of a public property changes, the component renders. Okay, the to expose a public property, decorate with a at API. So what does it mean? Like if you are declaring any variable with at API, okay, so whenever the value changes, right, and wherever it will be used inside the components, it will be re-renders the value. Okay. And to define a variable, API variable, you have to just do like at API variable name. So it might be a bit confusing right now. You may not be able to understand completely here, but once we go through the example, you will understand what it is. And API is also useful when we are communicating, to communicate down the containment hierarchy. We use this one. We use at API. So suppose if you want to pass any value from parent component to the child component, and if there is any value, any value you want to pass, so you have to define that variable as a at API in the child component. Okay, so and same way we have like at track property. Okay, so at track is also a reactive properties, like if a field's value changes and the field is used in template or in a getter of property using the template, the component re-renders and displays the new value. So this is also like a API only, API decorators, but there are a lot of differences in between track, and that we will discuss. So this is also like if you define anything with the track property, so whenever the value changes, wherever you are using that variable inside a template or inside a getter method, that all will be changed. Okay, so to declare a track variable, we can define like add track variable name. So here you should note one thing. Before Spring 20, this track property was enabled. It was working, but right now, after Spring 20, this track decorator has been, deprecated kind of. You cannot say like completely deprecated. There are still some use cases for this, but right now, when it comes to variable, you don't need to define this with add track. Okay, more detail, maybe you can go to this URL. I will share this. So here you can find out like where to use add track. Okay, um, and what are the use cases still we can use add track. So right now, when it comes to variable, either you define with add track or you do not define with add track. Those are the same thing. Okay, so we will see again this with example, so it will be more clear. And then we have another at wire property. So at wire property is basically will be used when we are calling apex method, or when the wire service, when you are working with the data from the Salesforce, we are getting any data. So at that time we use like at wire to read Salesforce data, Lightning Web Component use a reactive web services when the wire service provisions data, the component re-renders. Okay, so to communicate with directly Salesforce data, at that time we use @wire. So @wire is basically a bit advanced concept. We will discuss, at a later stage when we will be, when we will be learning how to call Apex method. So at that moment we will be using this @wire method, and I will explain this on detail. So today we will be, right now we will be just see these two decorators, API and track. Okay, and before we start, these are the very important notes, like this in JavaScript, right? Property names in JavaScripts are in camel case. So I think we all know what is camel case. It starts with lowercase, and then the second word comes with a capital letters. So that is called camel case. But while HTML attribute names are in kebab case, dash separated, okay, to match HTML standard. So what is this kebab case is like, for example, you are defining one variable like item name here, okay? So this item name, this is one variable. But when you are going to use this variable name uh, inside other component, okay, so that name will be like dash separated, like item, and then it will take the capital name from here, and it will, wherever it will find this dash, it will take as a second word hyphen name. So for example, if it was like item name number, and if a number was like capital, then it would be like item hyphen name hyphen number. So this is kebab case. Okay, so this will be used while we are referring any component also. So suppose our component name is, uh, I'll show you that with example, and then we are going to discuss about get method. What is the get method? And we are going to discuss. Okay, so let's do some practical examples to understand this more. Okay, so for example, as I said, like kebab case, how it is like. So suppose for your component one, okay, component name you are giving like um, component name child. Okay, if you are defining your component this way, so in kebab case, what it will happen, it will take like component hyphen name hyphen child. So suppose if you are going to call this in a parent component, so you have to define this way only. It will show you there this way. It will not take this name here there. So that is the kebab case. Okay, so to understand that, let's create one component. Okay, so this is my VS Code, and I'm going to create one component. So I can give this as, let's take one example, employee name. Okay, and just so right now we are going to discuss about this getter property. What is getter property? And after getter property, we can understand the track property as well. Okay, so let me refresh this. Where is that? Okay, here it is. Okay, let me delete this and create again. Employee detail, I'm giving a name. It will be a good name. So this refresh things sometimes does not happen on my system, but it may not be problem for all. Oh, man. Okay, so here we get it. Okay, here we got it. Employee things. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to define two variable like first name and last name. Okay, so I'm just giving like employee first name, employee last name. Okay, and maybe let me define some value here. So I'm giving like let's give some name, random name. Okay, and what I'm going to do this here I'm going to create two input variable. So before that, let me create a template. It will give you good look and feel. And we have learned that lightning card in our previous sessions. So title, I'm just giving like employee details. Okay, and let's define some class as well. If you need, you can give this, or it's not needed. So this is a standard class, and inside this, just creating one div. And let me use the same class here as well. So this class is standard and it will give you some look and feel. And let me define here some like medium. Okay. So I'm going to create two input, one for first name. Okay. And I'm giving label like first name. Okay. And let me define value. And value I'm binding the same. Like here I have employee first name, employee last name. So for first name, I'm just binding first name. Okay. And then I'm just giving one name, common name here. And we have seen this tag, how we are using in the last session, and like first name. Okay. And I want to, call this on change, one HTML element that we have seen in last session. So I want to just create like handle change, handle input change. Okay. We are getting some error. What is that?
You have to close the lightning.
Yeah, lightning
Okay.
input tab. Yeah.
Okay. So just copying this and creating one more input. And I'm giving this as last name. Okay. And the value I'm just binding with the second variable, employee last name. Okay. And name I'm changing like last name. And this on change, I'm calling the same method, and I want to get this name. Based on this name, I want to assign some variable here. Okay. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to define this method here on handle change. Okay. And what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to define two more variable here. Okay. So to store the name and the value basically randomly to assign random value. I'm assigning here to variable. So I'm just giving like input name, and input value. Okay, so how to get the value, we have seen that earlier. Okay, so I'm going to get this input name, event dot target dot name. Okay, and input value. So we have to do this with this dot. And here I'm just going to copy the same thing, and I will just get the value. Okay, whatever the value it will come, I'm storing here. And with the if condition, I'm going to check. I'm saying if my name equal to is first name, okay, then take the value of this. And if I'm saying my value, when on change this occurs, and if name equal to last name, so this name actually will differentiate between these two input, because we are using the same method here. Okay, so name will define that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm saying if name equal to first name, this is a static value. So what you do is, in the input name, sorry, on the first name, okay, so this is a default value I have given, and here I'm taking the value when we will enter the value, dynamic value. Okay, I think we have already discussed all this earlier session, so I hope it will be easy for everyone to understand. I'm just going to copy the same thing, and I want to check the input name for the second one, last name, and I'm saying store on the last name value. Okay, now let's deploy this, and I'm going to print this value here. Here what I'm going to say is like first name is, and I will be just displaying the same value, first name. Okay, then I'm saying last name is last name. Let's give a break here. Okay, and let's see how it works first. Let's deploy this source org, and meanwhile it is getting deployed, let me call this this into our application. Okay. So to call up in the application, we can just control and space key, and just type employee. Okay. So right now I will just copy from here itself, and I will just paste here. Okay, so our component got deployed, and we are deploying this from our app as well. Okay, so okay, now let me refresh this. Okay, so here we got our component. Let's preview this. And here you can see like default value which we given was James for first name, and last name it was Smith. Okay, the same name is coming here, displaying here, default name, and the first name is James, last name is Smith. Now let me give some name, like first name is like, okay, we are getting some input name is not defined.
On line number 15, write this dot input name and 19 as well. Yeah, this dot is missing.
Okay,
If
Dinesh,
inside if
inside if this dot is missing, line number 19 and line number 15. Yeah.
correct, yeah. Let's deploy this again. So this was a syntax error here. We have to, whenever we are calling any variable, there should be defined with this. So yeah, let's refresh this now. And now type ABC, something name we can give for first name and last name. I'm just giving like XYZ. So here the same value is displaying, okay, based on the on change event that we have defined here. Okay, on change we have on change that is working here. So like this was like basic example, and we have seen that earlier as well. Now let's understand what is getter method. Okay, so getter method is like whenever the value changes here, so whatever the value you are entering here, and if it is bind with that, and if you're defining any method with get method, right, so that changes will reflect on the getter method as well. Okay, so for example, I'm just defining one method with get, and I'm defining like full name. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to return full name here. Okay, so I'm going to take this like this dot first name plus give a space and then last name. Okay, so what will happen, like this is just a variable, kind of variable only, getter method actually. So we can use this as a variable name. We can display this value. So whenever any value changing, any value we will be entering here, right, whatever the value we are going to enter, this getter method will reflect the change automatically. So I'm just like define this first name. Now I'm going to display this full name here. Just simply I'm going to call with another like full name, and okay, define this full name and save this. Okay, so let's deploy this and see the changes.
So for
So
this, we don't need to declare that full name, right, as a variable like we did for input val or input name.
correct, we don't have to do that.
Method. Okay.
So here we can see, let's refresh this. Okay, so by default this is the name which we have given in our variable. Now let me define here like John, and we can see some name like Clark. So here you can see like first name and last name is okay, but the full name is also changing, like with John Clark, and this full name we have defined in the get method. So the way we are entering the value, anything if you enter like John 1, Clark 123, the changes will reflect immediately on the getter method. So this is the use of get method that we use actually. See, if you're not going to define name here, okay, if you're not going to define name here, then probably you may have to write a different method for every input, and that would be a bad practice. For example, if you have 100 of input, then what you will do? You have to write a different method just to just to get the value of that input. So that is the reason we have defined a name here, and name is like common here, and I have just given a different name. The value is different, but the attribute is same, name. So what will happen with the name property? I have just checked the if condition, and based on that I'm getting the value. Input value is nothing but the value of that input. So based on this input name, we are getting the input value. Or is what will happen? You have to define, like if you have 50 inputs, then you have to write a 50 method also, or like on handle change, then for handle change again. So that is not a good practice, right? So it should be always our target to reduce the number of code and optimize it. Clear?
One question,
Mhm.
like for this get method, we can return any data type and we can perform any operations inside it, right?
Yeah, you can perform that. See,
And
inside,
return data type
see
would
in
be
case,
anything.
see in variable, you don't have to define any variable. It automatics understand
Mm-hmm.
JavaScript. Sorry,
Yeah.
JavaScript. You don't have
Yeah.
to understand that. So it can take any variable.
Okay.
Okay. So let me go forward now. So like I said in our earlier presentation, like before Spring 20, right? Before Spring 20, if you do not define with add track, okay, so if you do not define with add track, okay, so that here the value wouldn't be re-renders. Okay, so like to re-render that value before Spring 20, you have to define with this add track. Both um, both variable has to be defined with decorator add track in order to refresh this value. In order to get this value re-renders, we have to do that. But right now, as I shown you that link, and Salesforce, like after Spring 20, this is not required. Okay, so either you define with this add track or you do not define with this add track, it will still work. So let me deploy this and we can check that as well. Or else before Spring 20, we have to define this. We have to define this add track and then variable name in order it to be refreshed. So that had to be done. So this is the use of add track. So right now, if if there are previous code written, that will still support the add track. And if you don't define after Spring 20, then also it does not make it will not make any difference. Can you see? Still like John Smith or something, anything, right? It is still changing. So either you define it or you do not define it. It do not make sense right now for variable here. Okay, so the next step that I'm going to discuss here is component composition. Okay, like we discuss here, this one, how we can call one component inside another component. So I'm going to take the same
Dinesh,
example here.
what about that API and the other one wire?
Yes, I'm going to discuss that one.
Okay.
So inside component composition, we are going to understand that. Okay, so I'm
Okay,
just going
fine.
to
Yeah.
create one more. Okay, we're going to create one more component here, and I'm going to give it a name like parent component. I'm going to say like parent, or we can say employee parent component. So we got this here. Oh, this is so what I'm going to do this, I will be calling this component inside another component, basically, which is a parent component, this one. And I'm going to pass some value from the parent component to the this employee component. We can say for now this is a child component because we are going to call employee details into employee parent component. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to use the same to here also. And inside this, I'm going to call this component. So to call that, we have to define this. This is a namespace and then hyphen, and you can define, you can call your, just type there, you will get it. So this is like employee details. See, if you observe here, this is the kebab case. Like here we have employee details, right? E is small, then D is capital. That is the reason it is taking a dash separated. Like E employee, and then D is a capital here, so it has given a dash and detail here. Okay, so this is the way you have to call into your parent component. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass some value from here itself. Okay, I'm going to pass some value here itself. So if you have defined your variable name with @track, you will not be able to pass the value here, because @track, it's a private property, and when we define anything with @API, that becomes a public property. Okay, so if you try to get this value here, for example, I'm going to pass here first name, employee first name. So if you enter control space and if you try to type employee, sorry, oh yeah, so we are not getting here, right? Because this is decorated with track property, and track property is always a private property. So we have to define this API. Okay, I'm defining this with API property. So let me comment this so that it will be easy for to understand at a later stage. And I'm going to paste this the same thing on a different line, and I'm going to define this with @API. @API. And as you've seen, I have written add API here. You can see it is importing this @API. So in case if you're not, you're not able to, if the VS Code doesn't take it automatically, you can type here comma @API, or else it will throw error. So it will, import all the API library here. So what I'm going to do is, now when I have declared with this @API, this is become a public property, and this we can pass this value now from the other component, from the parent component also. So if we go here and if we enter here, and here you can see we are getting employee first name in dash separated, and this we have discussed already. Here we have like EMP first name, and E is small, and then F is capital, N is also capital. So we are getting a dash employee dash first name, and then here. So let's give some value here. I'm just passing some value here. For example, first name I'm providing, like we can say
Thomas.
can everyone go on mute? It's getting a background noise. Okay, so I'm giving a first name here, and then second last name what I'm going to provide, I'm going to provide some name here. So here as I enter control space, I can get here, and some name you can say like okay, John, right? So what I'm doing is, this is our parent component and this is our child component, because we are calling inside a parent component. I'm calling this child component inside a parent component, and I'm passing this value from parent to child. And the same value we have defined here, employee first variable we have defined here. So we are passing a static value from here. So if you define this with add track, you will not be able to call this, you will not be able to pass value from parent to child if you have defined with add track. So that is the one different also. So what I'm going to do this, I'm going to deploy this here, and what I'm going to do this in our application, I'm going to going to call our parent application, parent component. Okay, so just to ease of that, I'm just going to copy that name directly. I'm just going to call here. One second. And let's deploy this as well. Okay, so while this is getting deployed, I will explain this one once more. We have two input button here, input lightning input, and static value I have given this James and Smith, and on the getter method we are just displaying full name. And since this is a static value, now I'm passing some other value from the parent component. Okay, so Thomas and John, this should be our last name. Okay, and I'm passing this from parent. So let's refresh this and see our output. Okay, so if you check here, sorry, I'm not sure if it is deployed. Let's just check that.
Yeah, it's deployed because it's saying two titles, employee details. One is for parent, one is for child, I guess.
Okay, so here we got this, and review this. Okay, so we are getting this employee detail twice because we have defined this lightning card here. Let me say this like employee parent for more clarity. Okay, employee parent. And let's deploy this. Okay, so the problem was very weird, a weird problem it was. So okay, so second, I'm not sure how I can. Okay, everyone can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the only problem here was it was on double quotation, and I have just given on single quotation, and it is working. So JavaScript, it's all about like you have to be very much care about all this, like case sensitivity and everything. So I have done nothing so much on that. I have just okay, the same thing here. I have deployed it here, and let me refresh. If you refresh this screen, okay, so this value you are going to get like Thomas and then John. So here I have refreshed it, and if you're going to type anything else, right, suppose if you're going to type like Ajit or something like Kumar, so you can see here like this value is also getting refreshed. So whatever the value you are passing from parent, that is displaying on the child component, as well as when we are changing the value, this getter property is actually, you know, re-rendering that. So that is the reason we are getting here the full name, sorry, with the updated value. So
But Dinesh, in the JS for the child component, we are using single quotes there. So should we not be using double quotes here also?
I
8
think
and 9.
8 and 9. Yes, there only I have removed that double quotation. Maybe there should be some issue. I'm not very sure right now.
Okay.
But that is what I have, you know, make it single quotation and it is working.
One more question, Dinesh. If we do not, firstly, you have shown us example with using @track, then now using @API. So for @track, it becomes private. @API, it becomes available for other components to be used, right? So what if we do not use any decorator? Will it be still available?
No, it will not be. It will be a private one.
Okay,
Maybe
so
you
means
can.
@track similar as if it will with @track, right?
Yes. So let's do some practical also. So if it
Sure.
is going without track,
Keep one variable with track, keep one without track, and let's
see.
say employee name with @API and employee last name with
Okay.
@API. Yeah, without and with. Yeah.
Okay. So by default, when you are not defining with any API, obviously it will go with @track. Like, you know, as we discussed, after Spring 20,
Private
they
one. Okay.
have removed this @track. So you can check this here, and if you type something here, okay, if you refresh this, first of all, you can see the value. Okay, we have sent some value
Yeah, it
from
has
here.
not changed. Thomas, we have set up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that value is not changing. Rather, it is taking the default value from here
Child
itself.
value. Yeah.
Here itself.
Okay.
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 So yeah.
And what if we don't set any value over here right now? Like, can you remove this assignment on line number 8
if
and
you're not going to define anything,
expand?
so
Will it appear as
see,
blank or?
to check our track property, I have said this earlier. So if you are removing
Okay.
this also, it is not going to make any sense. Okay.
Okay.
So because right now the value we are directly passing from the parent. Okay. So if you don't define also, no problem.
Yeah. Okay.
It will not
Yeah.
make any sense. So any other question?
No, I